So today we'll be doing percentages, but this time we'll be doing them with double number lines, which is helpful when we're trying to find percentages of things. Let's use double number lines to represent percentages. So the first section is about a fundraising goal on page 60. So each of three friends, Lynn, Jada, and Andre, had the goal of raising $40. How much money did each person raise? So $40 was what they were trying to raise. So if Lynn raised 100% of her goal, she raised $40. And that's because we know that the goal was the 40 that you see right there. Now Jada, she raised half of the goal. So if the goal was 40 and she only raised half of that, that would make it 20. Now, Andre, he raised more than the goal, right? So he's over 100%. He raised 150%. So what you would do is you would add the $40, which was the 100%, and then you'd add the 50%, which was the $20, and you would get 60. So you're writing what you see in the pink boxes under number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now you have this little number line that you can also do. So what the trick is with the double number line is you always want to start with the information that they give you. So they gave you 100% and they told you that, well, that was at 40. And then when they fill in these other percentages like the 50 and the 150, you can use the number in the number line to manipulate it either way you go. So you can think, well, what's half of 40? And the answer is 20. And then this 60 would be this $40, right? Plus this $20. So they got 100% of the goal plus 50% of the goal, and that's how they got 60. So the number line is where you're going to be using for this lesson. So 3-day biking trip, you're still on page 60. So we have Elena, and she biked 8 miles on Saturday. So that's important to know that she biked 8. Use the double number line to answer the questions, and that's how we're going to fill it out. So on yours, you were only given this bottom, right? So they told you the percentages. So now you're going to fill in the distance. And if it tells you that on Saturday she went 8 miles, that is 100% of her goal. So what I always do is I always start with 100%. And that helps me fill in the number line. So if I know at 100%, she went 8. Now when I'm looking at the ticks, right? I see that there are 3 numbers that need to go. Well, most of you know that 25% is 1/4 of the dollar, right? So we would fill in 2, 4, and 6 right there. So on your number line in your book, you're going to be writing 2, 4, and 6. And then we're going to write the 10 and the 12. Okay, so now once we've filled it in my opinion, the hardest thing to do is to fill in the number line, and you just need to find the pattern in the numbers. So number 1 says, what is 100% of her Saturday distance? So remember the number lines are vertical. So when we're dealing with 100%, she would have went 8 miles. Okay, so same page. I'm just moving on to number 2. On Sunday, she biked 75% of her Saturday distance. How far was that? So you're going to vertically take your answer, and the answer would be 6 miles. And then you have number 3 on the same page. Now they want to know on Monday, she hiked 125% of her goal. So she went the 100 plus the 25. However you want to look at that. So when you look at it vertically, that 10 tells us that's how long she went. And it checks out because 8 plus the 2, right? The 100 plus the 25 makes the 10 that you see there. So whatever way you want to look at it, whatever works for your brain is what I want you to do. Now we're talking about these cute little puppies. You're on page 61. So Jada has a new puppy that weighs 9 pounds. The veterinarian says that the puppy is now 20% of its adult weight. And the number line gives you the 9 and the 20. And we need to fill it in. So for the number line on the bottom, you're going to count by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And so you're going to fill in the bottom, the pink part. And then on the weight, it's going up every time by 9, right? So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. And now what happens is it says, what will be the adult weight of the puppy? Now the adult weight is going to be whatever it is for 100%. So remember with the double number line, you just take what's vertical to it. And the answer would be 45 pounds. That would be the weight when this puppy becomes an adult. And then now we have Andre, so a different kid. His puppy weighs 9 pounds right now. But the veterinarian is saying, well, he's actually at 30% of his adult weight. So the book gave you this 9 and this 30. So now what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to add this 10 and this 20, right? Those ticks. And then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You have to go to 100 because you're looking for the adult weight. And its adult weight would be 100% of the weight. So now if you're dealing with what you're dealing with, what you need to know is that it's going up every time by 3. 3, 6, and then you hit 9. And then 12, 15, 18, 21. 24, 27, and then your 30. And then it says, well, what will the adult weight be of Andre's? So Andre's puppy at 100% would be 30 pounds. So although they both weigh 9 pounds right now, when they get older, they're going to weigh differently based on the percent of their adult weight as a puppy. So you're going to join the meet